Good morning, beautiful soul. It's Lynda Gaiao here, and I'm bringing you this week's weather report or energy transit report. This week we're looking at trait or gate 29, which is all about perseverance. And this is looking at where is it correct for us to commit our energy to things that we can then persevere with and see them to completion. It's really important to know when to say yes and when to say no, because if we are saying yes just because we have FOMO, the fear of missing out, potentially we're committing to something that is totally not for us, or it's just not the right timing, and then things aren't going to go as they are, if we felt that we wanted them to, or according to some kind of plan. And essentially what's going to end up happening is we're going to feel really drained. We're going to feel like we're pouring all our energy into something and it's just not working for us. And on the other side, when we commit to something that has the right timing and is totally correct for us, even if it's super challenging, we're going to have this energy to persevere, to see whatever we've committed to the end. Now, when we look at life, even the genetic codon, we've got this spiral of life, and everything works in cycles. The moon has a cycle, the sun has got the cycle, the earth has a cycle. And when we talk about a cycle, it's not about starting in one place and finishing in the same place. Again, the cycles move. And so when we think about cycles, there's a timing and an order for everything. And so knowing when the timing is correct for us is really crucial, because if something is really correct for us, it's going to come back into our space, into our awareness again and again and again. Just because we don't say yes now doesn't mean that we're never going to have the chance to do it. It's just about really tuning into when is the correct timing for you to commit to something. And when we're thinking about this trait 29, it's got this abstract quality to it, which essentially means that it's got an emotional flavor. So it's going to ride through the highs and the lows of emotion. So we need to learn to ride that wave of emotions and really tune into trusting ourselves that we know when the right timing is. And it's going to be a feeling more than a logical process. If we try to apply logic to it, but we ignore the feeling, then once again, we're not going to be following the correct way to enter into these cycles. So it's all about coming to this place of learning to really go within and trust and ride this wave of emotion until you get to this feeling of place. Now is the right time for me to step into this and for me to commit. And if it's not, there's so much power in saying no, right? Saying no to something can be one of the most transformational and life-changing things that could actually happen to you. So don't feel like you always need to say yes. Really stand in your power when there is a no, and hold your ground with that. So in human design in BG5, every trait or gate has an opposite. So the 29 is in opposition in the wheel to the 30, and this is the gate of fates. So now we need to consider this. We step into something, we commit to something, and then the fates are going to show up, which essentially means events, people, places, things are just going to happen, which are out of our control. Now, if we've entered into correctly, the fates are going to feel very supportive. They're going to feel like they have our back and they really are in alignment with this decision that we made. If we don't enter into correctly, it's going to feel like everything's really hard and like the world is against us. And that's when our mind is going to jump in to the show and start going, well, see, you should have done this. Or if we'd only thought about this before, done that. So it's really crucial to be tuned into these cycles and to enter into things at the right time and just for the experience, because even if it's correct for you, doesn't mean that you have control over it. And just then settling into the experience of where are the fates leading me? Where am I going to end up? I don't need to have a plan or have a logical understanding of what's going to happen. I just got to feel into it and allow the experience to happen. And this is where that ease and flow comes in, this space of surrendering and relaxing. There's no pushing with this, because we are human beings. We're here to be. We're not human doings. We're not here to do or to make things happen. We're here to just relax and surrender into this experience. Our minds want to be the bus driver. They want to be in control. The mind will tell us all sorts of things like, what, if I don't do this, my business will fail. If I don't do this, there's going to be these serious consequences. And when we can come to this place of knowing that this body, this form consciousness knows the way, we can really just sit back and watch and really enjoy it. Now, in this 7-year cycle that we're in at the moment, we're moving into a new way of doing business completely. And it's from this place of ease and flow. It's not from a pushing place. You know, we can't try to heal the mind by figuring it out. We just got to step into this physical body and allow it to move us wherever it needs to move us. And, you know, we are just need to embrace and embody where this body is leading us. So as you're moving forward into this week, some of the things that you might want to pay attention to or really notice is, what are you committing to? What have you committed to? What are you being drawn to commit to? And knowing that it's okay to say no, and really ensuring that you use your decision-making strategy to say yes. And if you have previously committed to something and you recognize that it's not for you, just get out of it. It's totally okay to say, look, I'm finished with this. This is not for me. It's time to step out. And when you have gone through your decision-making strategy and you know something's correct for you, then step into it. Go for it. Create until you get to the end, until you complete that cycle, and trust yourself. Trust the process. There's so many cycles and there's so many different things for us to be a part of. It could be in a business, it could be a team, it could be a project, and you may just need to complete your piece in that particular team or that project, and then you can move out. You know, it's not correct for all of us to be right there till the very, very end of the entire project's completion. Sometimes we just have a part to play in that. And when your piece is finished, know that it's finished and be okay with leaving and saying, look, I'm out, I'm done, I'm complete. And if it's correct for you to be there right till the very end, then do that. And it's really just this process of anchoring deeper and deeper into knowing our decision-making strategy and trusting our body is going to lead us through life. I hope you've enjoyed this week's energy transit. If you've got any questions or anything else that you would like to see, just let me know. I hope you have an amazing week. See you next week. Bye for now.